What's going on, RV? I forgot out of all four to record our 2-minute push-up challenge, tips and tricks, and warm-up. So my hope here is to really quickly walk through a few pieces that will make you improve, that will allow you to improve your push-up using the best form and technique. That you not only get better at your number, but you improve at the skill itself and optimize how you're doing it. And then I want to walk you through a really quick warm-up that will allow you to get ready to do your push-up challenge, and then you can use your phone to set your timer and get after it. So really quickly, a few things to think about when you think about your push-up. The few things we're going to talk about is midline stability, which is our core and our hips. We're going to talk about shoulder stability and strength, and then we're also going to talk about kind of optimizing our straight line. So the first piece is midline stability, and what you want to think about as you walk through your push-up is this. Too often I see people with that dip in their back. And so we want to make sure that we have tension in our core and our midline. And when I say midline, what I'm referring to is not just our core or our abs, but our core, obliques, hips, glutes, hamstrings. So really it's your torso. And so you want to make sure you have optimized stability and strength in your torso as you walk through this push-up movement. And so how you do that, and a quick kind of test to visualize it, is using an anterior pelvic tilt, which I'll show you, and then a test that's kind of funny, but I like to call it the belly whack test. So that anterior pelvic tilt is just this. If you can see here, I'm kind of relaxed and disengaged. But what I want to focus on is rolling my hips up and in. And immediately when I do that, I feel my glutes contract. They squeeze together, creating tension and stability through my low core, as well as my hip flexors and my hamstring. So a little bit funny, but you want to kind of disengage and relax, and then focus on engaging your midline and rolling that pelvic up and in. Now, translating that to the push-up looks just like this. You can see how I get a little bit better of a straight line as I walk through that movement. So that's the first one, midline stabilization using an anterior pelvic tilt. Second one is shoulder stability. And now what that is trying to lock in our engine or our shoulder, that we have stability downstream in our elbow and our wrist, two joints that we're using during the push-up. Now, how you do that is through external rotation, in which we're going to rotate or drive those shoulders out to lock them in. Now, a quick example to think about how to optimize tension. If you have a car stuck in a ditch and you wrap a rope around the bumper and there's slack running through that rope, and you go to pull the rope with slack, it's really just going to yank the bumper off, because the tension is going to be at the end of that point and it's going to yank it there. Now, if you pull that rope as tight and as snug as you can, and through the full length of that rope, there's tension, now we can move that car. So to move more force, we need to create tension downstream in this engine called the arm, starting at the shoulder. And now how you do that is actually external rotation. So if you watch my hands, what I'm going to do is get into that push-up position, lock my midline in like we just talked about, and I'm going to turn my shoulders. You can see me rotating there just a little bit. And what that does is that locks that shoulder joint, that ball and socket joint, into place. And that's going to allow me to keep more tension as I move through my push-up. As you start to lose tension, you lose strength. So midline stabilization, shoulder stabilization and strength, and lastly, which it all comes together, is that straight line. So from this position here, rolling it in, shoulders are locked in, is neck relaxed. Now, we don't want to be here, we don't want to be here, we want to build that straight line. So from the top of my skull to the base of my heel, you can see that I have that line, that string that can run right from top to bottom. Now, those are three keys as you walk through your push-up. If that makes you have 5 less push-ups in this 2 minutes, I'm okay with that. Let's focus on great technique that will result in growth through that great technique. Now, let's get a quick warm-up before you kick off your 2-minute push-up challenge. So catch me here, or meet me here right in child's pose to start to get our low back. So knees are spread, arms are wide. Let's send our back down and back. Just starting to feel that low back stretch. And I want you to pop up and then right back down. Pop up, right back down. Let's come up to half kneeling here. Just bring those arms out and start to get that shoulder moving through a full range of motion. This is a tough exercise. This is just grit your teeth and go. But what I want you to think about, switch directions, during that is maintaining the stability throughout your full body so that you're actually recruiting more than just your chest. You're getting some work through your tricep, through your hips and your core to stay in that plank position. Take one leg up into that half kneeling position, right leg up. Take that left hand and just send it across your body. Get a little rotation through our core. And just starting to get warmed up. You do need some core to activate and move in this position. Let's switch sides. We're actually going to come down to an elbow plank position. We're actually going to hold it for just that 10 seconds, working on that pelvic tilt that we talked about, and also focus on getting our core and shoulders to fire. So meet me here. Focus on that anterior pelvic tilt, and go. Hold it, just 10 seconds. Really trying to bring that belly button up into your spine. 4, 3, 2, 1, recover. We got one more. Just starting to get loose through these areas. 2, 1, let's go. Pull that belly button up to your spine. Feel those glutes contract. Relax your neck. 3, 2, 1, recover. Now, we're going to walk through a few push-ups, working on those mechanics just to get loose. We're not going to tire your arms out. We just want to make sure your first one is not your first one. Here we go. Meet me for 5, and 3, 2, 1. Lock those shoulders in. Send those hips back, up and down. Notice my neck is relaxed. I'm not popping at the neck. And recover. Let's bring those arms up and overhead. Tilt to one side. Back down. Up, overhead. Tilt to one side. Let's get one more set. Just give me 3 to 5 right here. Focused on those things. Watch my elbows roll out, shoulders lock in, feet here, straight line, neck relaxing down. Good. I like to go right back into child's pose. Don't want to waste all your reps, but want to make sure we're ready to rock and roll. Now, we are done with our warm-up. I'm going to grab something really quick to help the variability, the reliability of your test. Now, just a basic book or something that has a little bit of height to it. I like to put that object right under my heart as I move through these push-ups, and that way you'll keep a consistent count and a consistent range of motion. My ask to you is to get all the way back up to full extension. So an example is hands outside this object. I'm up in the position we worked on. Tap to that object, neck relaxed, get all the way back up. Don't stay down here and just crank it out here. What I want you to get through and move through is full range of motion. That's the benefit of that push-up. So have an object that gets you down to it, but it's on you to get back to the top. So as you go through those 2 minutes, you're working on that movement. You got all you need to go crush this challenge. When you get done, slack me your score. Let me know anything you need on your challenge. RV, let's get it. See you.